they've road gradered this. They did a lousy job of it. Really tore the road up. That's about as far as I'm going, looks like. You dogs want to play in the snow? Not really sure why they did this. It kind of wrecked the road. You know, like I've been saying, you get up here around the next corner and it's just going to be a bigger snowdrift anyway. That big old pothole and stuff, that wasn't there before. Yeah, I'm sure they'll fix it. I hope. I suppose they're like the rest of us, just over anxious to get up into the woods. I don't know, this truck has a like four-wheeler trailer on it. Might not be loggers, it might be somebody else. That one's got a cooler. They might be up bear hunting or something. I had a friend that always had a bear bait down in there, just down from where those guys were parked. This was all real deep, thick woods right here. Kind of sad seeing it all clear cutted off, but like I said, I'd much rather see that than smoke and flames. Mountains are going to be pretty here pretty soon, as soon as they start to turn red with the sundown. Might be sorry for this. This cut-off road might still be snowed in. Hopefully not. It's all downhill, but it's steep, and some spots it gets washed out so bad that it might be a problem. The dogs like it because they used to have a lot of brush on it. During that forest fire, though, they went through and they limbed everything that was close to the road to kind of make a fire break. So there's not as much brush to bite as there used to be. Doesn't stop them from getting excited, though. This hill here, pretty impossible to tell on the camera, but this is pretty steep. This is where I slid off the road down right where that snow is this last winter and got stuck. Right there. I was talking to another fella, and he said they had done the same thing that last winter also, in the same exact spot, that the slope just kind of naturally shoves you off into that hole. washed out spots we just went through, they used to be about 4 or 5 feet deep. When the forest fire come through, the Forest Service did fix that. It's starting to wash out again. I thought about coming up here and cutting a few trees and throwing them into that washed out spot to maybe kind of keep it from eroding, but I don't know, maybe that would make it worse. I like this road. It's a really handy cut off, and a lot of times I see some elk on it. Dogs like it. Like I said, there's brush. Here it comes, girls. Crazy dogs. Ooh, don't grab that one. Yeah, too late. That one had stickers. Get him, Lily. Rabbit? That is a rabbit. There he is. Hard to see him. He blends in good. Snowshoe, he's almost brown again. They turn white in the wintertime. Need to clean them windows. So the other day, looking on the computer, I'd never heard of this before, but I guess there is such a thing as pine cone jam. And you look for the little green pine cones that are only about an inch, maybe 1.5 long. When they're first forming in the spring, it says May or June usually. And you boil them down and add sugar and I don't know what else. Lemon juice, I think it said. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up again. But I guess you can make kind of a jam. It looks more like syrup to me, though, out of pine cones. I never heard this before. So we're going to have to try that if I can find some. See, like this little pine tree. It has a whole bunch of pine cones on it, but they're all brown. They're older ones. Those aren't going to work. Well, might not be able to see that, but something new to try. I've never even heard of pine cone jam before. The road's rough enough that it's probably too shaky to use any of this. Well, I'll be darned. It ain't a critter. Thought for sure it was. Well, anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow. And it's a pretty evening. Bye.